Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy DT here.
I'm Joe.
Special guest. Who are you again?
Felipe.
And we are actually going to be checking out Fireworks at a Mixed Marriage, the show All in the Family, Archie Bunker, who we've gotten kind of familiar with in the last couple of weeks. And this is actually a continuation of the Archie Bunker compilation we did a couple weeks ago. So we get to see kind of how that ended, because it kind of got cut off. All right, so this is Archie Bunker and George Jefferson at a mixed marriage. I'm guessing that means racially mixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
George, that's your third drink.
I know that.
Oh, put it down.
Mama, will you leave me alone, please?
I said put it down. You've had
Look,
enough.
Mama, I'm a big boy now. I don't need you to blow my nose for me. Now, will you leave me alone?
George.
Hey there, Jefferson. That ain't very nice, talking that way to your little mammy here.
Who you calling Nanny?
You.
Well, don't you dare call me Mammy. I'm nobody's Mammy. I'm his mother. Now, if you've got anything to say to me, you call me Mrs. Jefferson.
Oh, she's Mrs. Jefferson.
Don't talk to me.
That's done.
And don't you try to make a believe it.
Oh, Mother Jefferson, what's wrong?
No, I'm getting out of here.
George, what's going on? He called Mama Mammy. Oh. I didn't think I was doing nothing wrong. I thought all colored people call their mothers Mammy. Well, I did, Jefferson. That's what I always heard. Geez, Al Jolson called his mother Mammy for years. Yeah, Louise, you see, that's what you get for inviting white.
I don't know. I see you met Mr. Bunker.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Lionel, shouldn't we introduce my parents to yours?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Now, wait a minute there. Lionel, hey. Do you mean to tell me that your father ain't met that man?
No, I'm going to introduce him right now.
This I gotta
Just come over here a second. I got some people I want you to
see.
meet.
Hey, Jefferson, you're gonna love this.
Okay, Mom, Pop, this is Jenny's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Willis.
I'm very pleased to meet you. How do you do?
Mrs. Jefferson? Mr. Jefferson? You're white. And you're black. It's a kick in the head, ain't
The face.
it? Lionel, I want to talk to you. All the chickens come home to the roasters. Now, come on, Lionel. Would you just excuse us, please? Listen, you know what I think? Would you excuse us, please? What the hell? I'll eat something. George, I thought you said you liked Jenny. That's before I met him.
Wait, now you don't even know him.
I don't want to know him. I don't want no white in-laws in my family.
They're going to be my in-laws, not yours.
Think, son, think. What about your children? What they gonna be?
Or boys and girls, I hope.
We are not wanted here.
Helen, don't fly off the handle.
I want to leave, and right now.
But Mom, you
Jenny, you stay out of this. This is between your father and me.
Okay, have a good time.
Can't you tell when you've been insulted?
Now just don't get excited.
I am not getting excited. I am getting mad.
Listen to him, Louise. That's what happens when you mix black and white. 10 more seconds, he's gonna call her nigga. Listen to that. I ain't used that word in 3 years.
Archie. Wow.
Father, what is this world coming to? Beats me, Jefferson. All I got to say is, here's to yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, they're like mirrors of each other in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Geez, just the things that they were saying. I did read a lot of comments on the Archie Bunker video, and a lot of you guys were saying, you know, this should not be that controversial, and you know, but for a network show, I mean, this is before cable. I could see if this was this was before like HBO, and for them to be saying this on a network television station, that's kind of weird. But I mean, this was a groundbreaking show at the time, right?
Yeah, I think, like some of you guys said, the world was different back then, and the point of the show was to create discourse, right? And to like so when you see these things ironically, like Tropic Thunder, you had Robert Downey Jr. play in blackface, right? Playing a white man pretending to be a black man, right? And so there are some cases today where that is even possible.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't think of any situation in modern television or movies that uses like the N-word ironically.
Well, maybe not to that extent, but that was a different world.
Yeah, right? like usually the racial movies you see today are very serious, like these dramas, these very serious biopics or something. You rarely see like a comedy, a racist comedy. That's where I think it doesn't even exist today.
No.
And even if it did, it certainly wouldn't be on like NBC or like a major family network television station, right?
Yeah.
It'd be like on
like cable,
HBO
or the internet somewhere on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I mean, for the time, I can imagine. I kind of understand why it definitely touched a lot of you guys by the amount of comments we're getting.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Clearly, this had a big impact and impression on your lives. A lot of you guys said you were around back then. And I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm sure it was kind of shocking, depending on your age, what you were hearing. And I will say, reading a lot of the comments, I see who you guys identify with. Some of you guys identify with Archie really hard. And some of you guys identify with his nephew?
His son-in-law.
His son-in-law.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting how certain people, probably of different ages, identify with certain characters on a given show.
Yeah.
It's pretty telling.
Well, I think that was the point of a lot of these shows that Norman Lear did, was to create those conversations and to mimic the reality that we saw, right? That the people in those days, you guys, I guess, observed and kind of create, discussions about that. And as we will see later on, because I think we're going to do a lot more Archie Bunker stuff, Archie does evolve.
Right.
So,
and I will say also that I think the reason why he does evolve is because he's surrounded by all these differences. If he was just stuck in his own little world where he wasn't exposed to like black people and people like his son-in-law, if he had no exposure to that, there'd be no reason for him to evolve anywhere. So I think the lesson there is pretty obvious. You need to kind of talk to everybody, surround yourself with people who are different. It'll make you less racist, I think. Maybe.
Broaden your horizons, expand your worldview.
Right. So be careful who you surround yourself with. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's crazy though. That they just said that like.
Oh, when he said the N-word.
I can't think of enough. Like you said, I can't think of anything.
I can't think of anyone saying it in a comedy like that,
or even like implying very much. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Even modern day, like I guess I think about like one of the shows that I've watched a lot is The Office, and even that in its very early stages, like wouldn't fly maybe today.
Really? Wasn't that just like 10 years ago?
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm saying. Like things like in terms of like back then, obviously this was like kind of okay to put out on regular television.
The fact that white people are saying the N-word back in the 70s show is pretty amazing. I don't think I think even if it is a satire, even if it is comedy, I think people are just a little too sensitive to hear that, even in jest. They can't hear a white man saying that, even in jest. That's kind of. But back in these days, I guess it wasn't a big deal for them to say it. I
don't know. Do we hear Archie say it?
No, but I've seen. I saw on one of the episodes. It was either the Jeffersons or one of the Archie clips where a white guy said it to George Jefferson, and it was just like, it was there had he didn't say it at him,
Yeah.
but it was just the fact that he said it in conversation.
Yeah.
It was just shocking.
What that reminded me of, the conversation that Archie Bunker was saying, reminded me of that video, the reaction that we did of that teacher saying, I called your mom that because that's what I heard everybody say, and that's what I think you all call your moms.
Yeah.
And so I just said it because that's what I heard you guys doing.
Yeah, and people need to understand the difference between there's intent. He doesn't have any hatred intent in his
doing that.
No.
Because he was protecting her at that point. He was like, this is your mama, right? This is your grandma. This is your mom, right?
Yeah.
This is
I hope people can tell the difference between someone who's just might be a little bit ignorant, a little bit, and someone who is just mean, like trying to hurt someone. I hope people understand the difference.
Well, I think one I thought about a lot when we were talking about, like, it would be interesting how comfortable people that are white in this era are saying it, because one movie that pops up to mind is 42, Jackie Robinson. Like, that one portrayed a lot of using that word, but hatefulness, right?
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting, like, how comfortable were those actors even saying that? I mean, even DiCaprio, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had lines in Django, right?
Yeah, I heard that he made him feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I remember like reading that kind of.
So I mean, anyway, this is another great history lesson for us dudes to go back and just kind of see how things were, how comedy was, and we're gonna continue to kind of go down this rabbit hole of entertainment back then. It's pretty fascinating.
Oh yeah. We're excited. And once again, remember, 10,000 subscriber giveaway. The signed headshot of Rob Reiner. Rob Reiner. It's signed.
Not Carl Reiner. Okay.
All right. 10,000. Like, comment, and subscribe.
See you next time, y'all.